Found out my wife had been talking to her ex for over a year. Part 1. My wife and I have been together for 8 years and married for 4 this June. She was with her ex for 7 years, but she broke up with him 2 years before we got together. We are both on our mid-30s and honestly married life has been lovely. We have had some dry spells, but generally our intimate life is good and we're both emotionally involved. About 6 months ago we were driving and she mentioned her ex reached out via text because her friend at work accidentally called him when he borrowed her phone to make a call. Seemed weird, but I never thought anything of it as it's not the type of story you would make up. She passed it off and said that they just exchanged a couple messages to catch up and that was that. For context, they were not friends and have had zero contact since they split up as he was still in love with her and couldn't be friends. Fast forward to about 4 weeks ago, we were driving and she left the car to go to a shop and left her phone in the car. I am far from the jealous type, but it was facing me and I seen his name pop up on the notification. Alarm bells started going off, but I trusted her 100%, so I just brushed it off and never said anything to her. Around 2 weeks go by and I was monitoring her behavior and noticed she is texting a lot and sometimes angles the phone away from me. As my anxiety built up, I decide to confront her about it and ask if she was in contact with her ex. She openly admits that they kept in touch since he messaged and it's just every so often. They share details about what they are up to and fun things that have happened. We have a discussion about it and I tell her I'm not sure if I'm comfortable and can't understand why she has been hiding it from me. She states that she was subconsciously hiding it as she knew I would be upset, but that it was innocent. She did offer at this time to stop messaging him if I felt uncomfortable. As I said earlier, I trust this girl with all my heart and truly believe that it was innocent, but I still felt hurt. I didn't ask to see the messages as I didn't want to cross a boundary that may impact our future relationship. We agree that she can keep texting him but just not to hide it from me. Anyway, the next night we are in bed and it's about midnight when I turn over and see her messaging. I instantly felt my stomach tighten and asked her who she was talking to. She said it was her ex and she was just sharing information about our day. I let it be as I didn't really know what to feel and wanted to give myself time. The next afternoon we spoke about it and agreed that it seems like it will be an issue, so she agreed she would text him and let him know that they can't talk anymore. Well, during their texts it turned into him persuading her to keep texting and even went as far to say that his girlfriend knows and she is happy to have a chat with me to reassure me that it's innocent. I felt like this was a weird game and this is where anger started to kick in. I thought our discussions would have been enough to show my wife that I was not comfortable and she would make this call on her own to help us feel secure in our relationship. I ended up telling her it was up to her what she wanted to do, but this kind of backfired when she told me she would keep in contact and reassured me it's just because she doesn't really have much friends. We recently moved to a new state and with COVID never met anyone, so we have been a bit isolated, so I do understand where she is coming from. This went on for 2 days until I couldn't take it anymore. I'm not an emotional person, but my moral compass was in alarm state all the time. We sat down and I let her know that we need to set boundaries, and I think that talking to an ex that we are not friends with is a boundary that we should not cross. She was upset but agreed and wanted to put us first, and as we spoke she messaged him that they should not talk and then she blocked him. I really appreciated her listening and responding to the conversation, but could see she was hurt.